Okay, I really hope you can't hear the fan, but I have to have it on. If you can, just pretend you can't. Do I keep it on or do I turn it off? Oh, I want it to sound good, but I want to be able to breathe. Fine. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, hi, hello, my name is Katie, and thank you for clicking on my video and choosing to hang out with me today. For those of you who are not new, thank you for coming back and hanging out with me today. So you saw by the title, you know what I have. I have a book haul for you. I do these roughly every month because I am an Olympic shopper. That's what I am. Like, if there was a gold medal, I'd win. I am a consumer, if nothing else. But that's my problem, not yours. You're here to see the books. So I did better than I have in previous months, guys. I only have, like, it's only in the teens. My book haul's only in the teens this time. It's not in the 20s, it's not in the 30s. I think I did a good job. That's what I'm telling myself anyway. So we're going to get into the books. Most are romances. I have 3 thrillers, and I'll talk about those at the end of the video in case you guys aren't interested in those. But we're going to start here with the first book. So I have my little system with my Post-its, because if I didn't put the Post-it note on here, I wouldn't know what the book's about. Let's just get that clear, okay? So the first book I have here is The Cabin. This is by Jacinda Wilder. So I have been seeing this book a lot, and it's been on my wish list for a while, but this is actually the Dark and Disturbed edition. I bought this off Facebook the other week. And so all I know about this book is that this is emotional. Like, it's going to make me feel things, and I love to feel things, if nothing else. So we are following the heroine whose husband passes away. Like, he knows that he's dying, she knows he's dying, and he passes away. And I think he's an author. But what he chooses to do with his life after he's gone is to write her own love story. And I don't know how it happens. I don't know how she falls in love again. I don't know, but all I know is that it's emotional and it's going to make me cry. And I love books that do that. So I'm so excited to read this, and I'm also so scared because, like, if it's going to rip me apart, like, awesome. I love that. But also, I'm scared. It's okay. I'm a predicament. I'm a walking predicament. Contradiction. It's fine. So I'm so excited to read this. And I'm nervous at the same time. So if a book can make me feel those two things, I know it's going to be a good time. Okay. From there, so I am, like, subscribed to so many authors' newsletters, because you sign up for the newsletters. A lot of them will have, like, free books at the end of the newsletter from, like, their author friends and stuff like that. So I saw this book on one of the newsletters, and I was like, I'm going to put it on my wish list. And then it was wish listed, granted to me, if that's even a sentence. And that is King's Crown by Marie Johnston. This is book 1 in the Oil Kings series. So basically, we have our heroine who is down on her luck. She just lost her job. She was rooming with her ex-husband, I do believe, and he just kicked her out. Great guy, right? Yeah. So she gets this mysterious job offer. Was it a mysterious job offer? Yes, it's a mysterious job offer. And she wants to go interview at it. But the catch is that she has to take a private jet with the guy's father to where she needs to go. And that private jet gets stranded because of a snowstorm. So they are in a hotel together. He is older than her. She has never looked at older men that way, but now she is. But, like, what is she going to do? Because that's the guy's father who she's supposed to be interviewing with when she gets to the place. Don't know, don't care. Sounds amazing. Forced proximity, older guy, age gap, billionaire, I hope, I don't know. All the things. So I'm excited. Plus the cover got me at first. It was the cover. Let's be real, it was the cover. And I've never read anything by this author either, so we're going to give it a shot. And I think there's like 7 or 8 books in that series. Okay, from there, I went and bought myself the new Tessa Bailey, which is the Au Pair Affair. Have I read Fangirl Down? No. Have I read any Tessa Bailey in a while? Not since that fiasco that was Wreck the Halls. Let's just say that. Okay. But this one is a grumpy single dad nanny romance. It's pretty self-explanatory by the title. He plays hockey and he hires her to be the nanny for his kid, or it's a teen. I think it's a teen for some reason. I'm feeling like it's a tween. But of course, we all know what's going to happen. Fall in love. I do love Tessa Bailey. That Wreck the Halls was just not good. Let's just put it out there. It just was not good. So she needs to redeem herself with me. Okay, ooh, next. Okay, I've already read this book, but I wanted the physical copy. I needed the physical copy, so I bought it. Pen Pal. Pen Pal by J.T. Geisinger. Okay, look, this is the first print edition, so I do have the sprayed edges. I do have the one, and it says I'll wait. Was it? I'll wait forever? Yeah. I'll wait forever if I have to. Look, okay, go into this blind if you can. Like, don't look up triggers, don't look up anything. Go in blind, like I said, if you can. Now, there is a twist in this book, and I did know the twist. So for me, it was like, I put it down like half a star, because if I didn't know the twist, it would be a full 5 stars. It would have been like probably a 6 star, but I knew the twist. So like it bumped it down just a little bit, because like that, it was like, oh, when I found out, I was like, well, I already knew. So I was spoiled with that. But let me tell you a little bit about this. So we are following the heroine. I can't remember her name, but at the beginning of the book, she just got done burying her husband, and she starts receiving these letters from the state penitentiary, like saying like, I know you, I'll wait forever if I have to, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I think you're contacting the wrong person. He's like, no, it's you. Like, I'm contacting you. And she's like, oh, okay, whatever. So they kind of keep talking. And then one day, the writer of the letters shows up at her house. And it's this man. And I have to tell you, if said convict showed up at my house looking like this, in real life, I would be scared. In my fictional world, I would be so happy. But that's just me. And I'm a little bit, in my fictional world, I'm a little scary. It's fine. But yeah, so, excuse me, kitties. Whew, scared me. But yes, if you have not read this book, go read it. It's so good. It is so good. Okay. The next book I have also read. This never happens. I've also read this, but I wanted a physical copy. So this is Where We Started by Ashley Munoz. This was Paige and I's book club pick. But this is the first in the Stone Riders Motorcycle Club. I couldn't remember what. This is based in Virginia, and this is a second chance romance. So our heroine, when she's younger, her father is the president of the motorcycle club, and she absolutely hates it. So she kind of escapes down the street to a treehouse that she sees, and that is the hero's treehouse. And they grow up, and they kind of, build a friendship, build a relationship, and then something happens. When she's older, she moves away. They break up, she moves away. 7 years later, she comes back because her father has passed away and she has to bury him. And guess who's the new president of the motorcycle club? That's right, the hero. And guess what her father gave to her in the will? He gave her the property of where like the headquarters is, and he tells her to sell it. So he's not really going to like that too much, so we've got some like forced proximity. We've got some, I'm really not a fan of you anymore. So we got to figure that out. But I loved it. It was so good. Haven't finished the series, but that's okay. I will get to it eventually. Next, I had to buy the next installment of the Anna Huan series. What is it? If Love, apparently, is the series. This is book 3. This is If Love Had a Price. It's got the sprayed edges. This one's green. The other one's is over there, the pink and the purple. And then I need one more when it comes out. And I think it's going to be, why am I itching so much? I think it's going to be the orange one. So this one is basically, let me take the little post-it off so I can know what it's about. So basically our heroine in this hires this man, and she's like, I will give you $10,000 if you can seduce my father's gold-digging fiance so he doesn't marry her. And he counters back with, well, how about $15,000 and a kiss from you anytime I want? And she says, okay. But he's basically in it for the money, and she wants to get the gold digger fiance away. So I guess that's kind of the premise of the story, and I guess they'll fall in love. I don't really know, but it's fine. I had to get it because the collection. It's a thing. It's a sickness. It really is. Okay, next are 2 books a duet. So I'm gonna take the post-its off. Once You're Mine and Now You're Mine. And they're both by Morgan Bridges. I'm going to talk about the first book because the second book would be a spoiler, and I don't really know anything about the second book. But I heard that these were getting redone, and I wanted these covers, so I bought them. They were only like $6 on Amazon. So this is a dark romance, a stalker romance, touch her and die vibes. I do think, is she a lawyer and he's somehow in the courtroom? I don't really know. I just knew that it was dark, stalker, touch her and die vibes, $6 on Amazon, so I bought them. Nice and simple, easy squeezy. Okay, next I was gifted Glimmers of You by Catherine Cowles. This is book 3 in the Lost and Found series. I have not read anything yet in this series, but I was gifted the third one, so I'm just going to take it. So this one I have to read because I have no idea. This is a brother's best friend and a fake relationship. Right. So they were once close when he was younger. She was younger. He moves away. He moves back. She's got an ex that won't leave her alone. He's got a father that won't leave him alone. So like, hey, let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone and let's do a fake relationship to try to get them off our backs. But you know, the fake relationship is not going to last very long. It never does. And there's going to be some suspenseful element to this because all of her books do. So, and Small Town. After that, we have Tattered by Devney Perry. This is book 1 in the Lark Cove series. So basically, from the synopsis, from what I could get of this book. So she has been down on her luck for a very, very long time. She just grew up on the wrong side of the tracks, didn't have a very good life. And one night she has this fling with this guy, and then never gets his name, never gets his number, never sees him again until years later when he comes back into her life and she's still kind of down on her luck. And only this time, she now has his daughter with her. So, secret baby, I would assume. Secret baby. Billionaire, second chance. I think he's a billionaire. He might not be. That could just be me. Anyway, definitely like a second chance, one night stand turned more with a secret baby. So, we'll see how I like that. Oh, there's another thriller. My bad. I had 4 thrillers. Okay, next is a book that I already own and I've already read, but they were picked up by a mainstream publisher and I loved the cover, so I was like, I'm buying it. And I will buy the rest of them when they come out as well. Flock. Flock by Kate Stewart. If you have not read the Ravenhood trilogy yet, I just don't know what to tell you at this point. This book is so pretty. Like, it's got like the red foiling on the front. Oh my god, I love it. I need to get books 2 and 3 now. I don't know if they're out yet. But I don't even know what to say about this book. Like, go in blind if you can. Like, there's really not many. Is there any triggers in the first book? I don't think there is. I think you could go in completely blind and have the best time of your life. This trilogy is amazing. I read it last summer. I loved it. Oh, I just can't say anything because I don't want to spoil it, but just know, okay. So we're following Cecilia, who is going to be living with her father for the next year to gain the inheritance that she has from him. He lives in a small town where he like owns a manufacturing factory. And her first day there, she meets Sean. And Sean just kind of introduces her to a whole new world, if I may say so. And it goes from there. Like, honestly, I cannot say anything. Just go in with an open mind and enjoy the ride, because that is what I did, and now it is my personality. So I absolutely love that trilogy. Okay, the last romance book that I have is Broken French by Tasha Boyd. Whoo, she not mad. This is a widowed billionaire single dad romance. So this girl gets offered a job to be a nanny in the south of France on a mega yacht. And how do you turn that down? You don't, you go. So that's what this book is about. And she's a big, thick book, but you know what? That's fine, because we're in the south of France. And I will just live vicariously through this book. So those are all the romances. And then I've got 4 thrillers, which I did not think I had. Okay. So if you want to stick around for those, I will show you guys. And if not, thank you guys for watching. So from the first thriller, we've got The Locked Door by Frida McFadden. I'm just trying to collect all her books so like I can binge them all eventually. I will not binge them, but I just like collecting things. It's fine. Let's really talk about the real issue here. Okay, so in this book, we are following this little girl. I think she's 12. She does not know that her father is killing women just downstairs, right? Like, that's a little creepy. Little Criminal Minds, I understand. Years later, I think he gets convicted. He's in jail. Years later, she is now a famous surgeon, and her female patients are getting murdered, very similarly to the way that her father had murdered. So, is it him? Was there a copycat? We don't know. Although, I have to say, this has a premise very similar to A Flicker in the Dark. And if the twist is like Flicker in the Dark, I'm going to be done with fathers being murderers, okay? I'm just going to be done with it. Because the last few books that I've read where the father has been the murderer, it has been the same plot twist, and I can't do it anymore. Paige knows what I'm talking about if she's watching. I can't do it anymore. So do not be the same plot twist. Do not. I'm yelling at the book. I can't help it. Okay. So from there, I found this book at the Goodwill. It is called, what is it called? Garnet Hill by Denise Mina. So this is a thriller, and basically, I say that so much. I am so sorry. I realize that. I am like cringing every time I say it now when I say the word basically. So in this book, we've got the heroine who finds her husband dead. And her husband is a therapist. Apparently that is important. She is the prime suspect, as one would be. However, she has been hearing about similar murders going down at a local psychiatric hospital. So she starts digging and digging. And soon, she's either going to find out who did it or become the next victim. Dun dun dun. Look, I just like the fact that he was a therapist. And I'm hoping that maybe he worked at that hospital. I don't know. We're just going to see. And I actually think this is book 1. I think there's more books. There was another book at Goodwill, but it was book 3. 1, 3. You need 2. I couldn't buy it. Okay. And the last 2 books are my book of the month picks. I got 2 thrillers for the month of July. First one was Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. I wanted this because I usually get all his books when they're on book of the month. So this is about a man. And I actually think it's a man's point of view in this book, which is very rare because he usually only writes from the female perspective. Also, I think this has to be a homage to Taylor Swift because I know he's a big Swiftie.
Middle of the night, in my dreams, you should see the things we do, baby.
It's a thing, right? Okay, so this guy and his best friend are camping one night when they're young. His best friend goes missing. They never find him. Years later, he is back in town and some strange stuff starts going down. Don't know if it's paranormal. Don't know. Some people have liked it. Some people haven't. But that's kind of what happens with Riley Sager. You either like his stuff or you don't. Like, there's no in between. So we're just going to see. I have liked some of the books I've read, and then one of the books that I've read from him, I did not like the twists, but the rest of the writing I enjoyed, so it was just the twist I didn't like. And then the last book for the month is House of Glass by Sarah Peckinson, or Pekinen. It's one of those. So in this book, we are following a lawyer who is trying to find out what happened to the nanny of this family. She either decided to herself or she was pushed. And she starts investigating, and the little girl who's in the family does not speak, and she likes to collect sharp objects. Dog. We can't. I'm almost done. Just wait a second. Stop barking. I'm almost done. So, we're going to have to figure out what happened. I'm excited. You know, we're just going to see how it goes. It says everyone has a breaking point. I do too. And stop it. I'm about to reach my breaking point with the dog barking. Okay. Those are all the books that I acquired in the month of July. If you've read any of these or if any of these sound interesting to you, let me know down in the comments. Or if you want to leave me an emoji to let me know that you were here, because that really does help, you can leave me a house emoji because the last book was House of Glass. But if you are new here and enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. If you're new, I would love for you to stick around and join the family. My social media is linked down below as always if you want to follow me on my Goodreads or my Instagram. I really like to be interactive over there as well. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.